Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to our watch list for Wednesday, August 23rd. I put these watch lists out for you guys for free every single day. So thank you for joining me today. I had a few one-on-ones today, so the watch list is coming out obviously very late. I appreciate you guys watching this. What I'm going to do for you guys is, now this is usually reserved for the Griswold Gold members, I'm going to give you the top 5 setups from the list that I created. We can go through the list if you guys like, but I'm going to go through the top 5 setups specifically. Okay, so we're going to get started here. First thing, the screen that you see in front of you guys, that is TradingView. If you're going to day trade or swing trade, you're going to need something like this. TradingView is a great option. If you don't have it, in the description below, I've got a link for you. That link will give you a free 30-day trial to their subscription-based services. And then if you decide to actually go through with using their sub services, you get up to $30 off of that subscription, but you can't get that without clicking that link down below. So you can do that after the video. Let's get started, okay? Our top 5. I've always told you guys if SPY is on the top 5 or in the watch list, it'll be on my top 5, okay? So SPY, now if you guys are new to this strategy, you're not going to understand some of the terminology. So you're going to want to go watch some of the YouTube videos I've got. I've got over 100 learning tool playlists and videos for you guys to learn off of. So SPY, we have a 2 up that finished red. So a 2 candle only breaks the high of the previous candle, but it finished red. So what that tells me is there's probability, tells me there's sellers in here first of all, but it tells me there's probability that we're going to continue to trend to the downside. The other thing that I've got is the hourly and the daily time frame continuity. Actually, the majority of the time frame continuity is to the downside outside of the week, but if we go look at the week, we can see where that lines up. So if we trigger, we're already going to be 2 down or red on the week, 2 down. We will not be till way down here. That's our second target. We go back to the daily chart. This is what we do, guys. Our triggers, the bottom of the wick, target, bottom of the preceding wicks. And that's it. We're looking for a trigger of 437.57. My strike price on these are 437, 436, possibly a 435, maybe a 435. I don't know if I'd go that low. And I do 0 DTE. That's 0 days to expiry. That means same day expiry. So this contract, the option will expire on Wednesday. You don't need to do that. You guys can buy more time on yours if you'd like, but I'm not normally in a trade for more than 15, 30, 40 minutes. That's why I set mine the way I do. But we're looking for triggers here and targets. Okay, so that's setup number 1 on SPY. And if you guys want to stick around till the end, I will go through a few of the setups on SPY that could have really worked for you today. And my bread and butter is always on SPY. It's off of the 15-minute chart. I set these triggers and the targets on the 15, and I manage on a lower time frame. You guys should all be doing that. Triggers and targets on a higher time frame, manage on a smaller time frame. It helps reduce your risk in the trade. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're going to want to watch some of my recent videos that I've done, okay, on SPY. Next one on the list, we've got lift. So lift, again, 2 up, finished red. We're looking for that 2-2 reversal. Realistically, we have the 1 in front of it, so it's a 1-2-2 rev strat. I'm just looking at the 2-2 though. So a couple things. 2 up, finished red. Hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, all pointing to the downside. Yearly, pointing to the downside. And then we have this little pink line here. If you're wondering what that pink line is, that is my weekly trigger. So we are close to going 2 down on the week. Okay, if you looked at my weekly setup video, lift was on there. That's why that pink trigger mark is on there. The strat works in a domino effect. So a lot of times if we trigger the day, we're going to trigger the week, trigger the month, etc., etc., etc. It's fractal. It breaks down like that, okay? So our first target is not quite that trigger, but basically that is our target. For the day, our trigger for the week. So if we hit triggers, first target becomes the weekly trigger. We can look to play this a little bit longer. Okay, we can set up the next target here, and then the next target is way down here. So my guess is lift expires on Friday with their options contract. So if we end up hitting targets here, you have the potential to maybe hold this for a little bit of a longer swing into the end of the week. That's setup number 2, and these are not in any particular order. Okay, we move on to DIA. Let's fan this out so we get a better look at it. DIA, okay, inside bar. Actionable signal. The strat has 3 actionable signals. Hammer candles, which you see here, big body at the top, long wick to the bottom, hammer candle. Shooter candle is the exact opposite, where we have the body at the bottom and the wick to the top, and then the actionable signal of an inside bar. So I always tell new people or people struggling with trading, look for the inside bar. You notice it's painted yellow? That is part of my indicator, okay? An indicator I created for you guys, for myself, for you guys. So it includes these inside bars being painted yellow. It includes the candlestick numbers. It includes the time frame continuity indicator. Okay, it's got Sarah Strat Sniper's 50% rule. I've got a video on that if you don't know what that is. It paints the outside bars white, and it gives you a few other items to help you with this strategy. So inside bars, guys, when you see that yellow bar, I want you guys to think of a spring being compacted, squished, and loaded. When you remove that pressure off the spring, you expect an explosion to one direction or the other. If we go back in time, this right here is what we look for. 1, 2, 3, 4 straight days of a downtrend on DIA off of the inside bar. Does it always work out like that? No. But here's another one. We triggered and we hit targets. Did exactly what it said it was going to do. There's that white outside bar I was telling you about. It also gives you these nice yellow highlights for the 3-1 setups, all part of the indicator. You can buy it separately, $25, one-time fee. You get it for life, or it comes with the membership. Okay, my membership is by far one of the cheaper memberships you will ever find. It includes that indicator. It includes my 1-hour course. It includes one-on-one time with me through Google Meet, so you guys can get to know this strategy, get to know me. We can really break down your issues and go through them. It includes a live trading bot, the top 5 that we're going through now that you guys don't usually get. Okay, it is a really good value for the money that you pay for it. It's just $50 a month. So that's the setup on DIA off of that actionable signal inside bar. We go to XLV, another inside bar, really good time frame continuity, and then we have that weekly trigger to contend with as well. So we've already gone 2 down once on it, and we've retraced. We're going to look to go 2 down on it again off of the daily. Okay, inside bar, not quite a shooter candle. I'd like to see that body a little bit smaller or the wick a little bit taller, but it's pretty close. We're going to look for the trigger on XLV at 133.13. And we just have to mark out some extra targets here. There's 1. And whoops, there's 2. Okay, so there's your 2 targets for XLV. I'm not sure what the spread is between this. Somebody asked me about spreads the other day between the bid and the ask, and if we buy limit order or market order. So because I trade SPY most of the time, I buy market order because the spread between the bid and the ask is only pennies. Okay, if you're buying a limit order, sometimes it takes longer to get filled. Sometimes you don't get filled depending on the price that you pick. With a market order, I know I'm getting into that trade when I want to get into that trade. Now, if the spread on that is like 10% spread, I'm not getting in that thing, because you're on a market order. Now you're already 10 cents down on that contract, or 10% down on the contract, whichever it is, because of the market order buy. Okay, so if I'm buying market order, that spread better be tight, like within a few pennies, and I have no problem jumping in then. So spider, inside bar, looking for the trigger to the downside. It still could go up, but it's telling me that we're closer to go back 2 down on the week, back in force through that trigger point, than we are to go 2 up on the day. Okay, and number 5 is Amazon. So Amazon's got this 2 up red. The time frame continuity is not in our favor, okay, but we do have that 2 up red, so that's what I'm looking at. So if we trend down, I know that day is going to be red. I know that hourly is going to be red. If I go to the week, if I trigger to the downside, my week has also turned red, okay? Because this inside bar opened right here. That's where we opened and we trended up, and we're currently sitting here. So if we trigger, the hourly, the daily, the weekly are all going to be red. If we go to the monthly will also be red, okay? Or pretty close to it. The month turns red right here, about 20 cents after, okay? So we're going to have a really good time frame continuity to the downside if this trends to the downside on Amazon. Okay, so those are the top 5 guys. Let's go through SPY here. I want to show you something real quick. This is my bread and butter. This is where I love to play. Right here, 15-minute, we had a trigger. This move wasn't great. So I'm not going to go back to the 5, but this move wasn't great. We came back up through the target, closed really close to the trigger. Not a great trade. Your next opportunity, this was a 2-up that finished red. You had the hour and the day in your favor. Boom. You had a big move here. This would have ended your day. You wouldn't have had to trade after that. This one was not great. This one was fantastic. And then you had another one here, which was great. So you had 3 out of 4 possibilities there were really, really great trades that you could have taken. If you were looking later in the day, which I don't like to do, not a fan of, we had another one here. This one wouldn't have worked out. This one wouldn't have worked out. This one wouldn't have been great. Sorry, that isn't one. This is the one right here. So a lot of setups on SPY. You really only needed those first 2. Okay? This one and this one right here. 2 reversals. Your hourly and your daily are red. You're in these trades for less than 30 minutes and you're done. Okay? It really is that simple. If you guys have more questions, you can leave the comment section down below. Please give me a thumbs up. Watch the ads as they pop up. Keeps the videos free. I'm on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. I should say I'm on X at Mr. Clark Griswold. And you can join my Discord. It's absolutely free. Like I said, there is the paid portion in there if you want to join it, but the majority of that room is free. Thank you guys for joining me. You're welcome for the top 5. Good luck trading, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.